Why did it take me so long to do an update on the 38.02 video? I'll tell you why. Number one, my ex-lawyer who quit on me told me to be quiet.
All right, remember, keep to what I said. Don't be talking to anyone about this, okay?
Yes, sir. Just us.
All right, just us.
All right, brother.
Thank you, Ray.
They don't want me to tell nobody.
38.02, baby, come here. Can I Google it and show you guys?
Go ahead and Google.
Okay, I'm finna show you guys, because you're dealing with the wrong one. That's why you guys mad at me, because you won't be able to handle me like you handle the other ones. Because I'm on top of my game. I know you see the gold teeth, the tattoos, and immediately think I'm another plain, normal, regular black guy. No, player, wrong one. But let me educate you guys today.
Sovereign citizen speaks out. On Monday, an FBI raid in Marlin made headlines, and by Tuesday, Central Texas News Now confirmed the raid had to do with an investigation into so-called sovereign citizens.
After Marlin police arrested Ray Bledsoe Monday morning, the FBI swooped in to search his home.
The Falls County Sheriff's Office tells Fox 44 the 43-year-old veteran was arrested for having prohibited items in a correctional facility, which is a third-degree felony. The sheriff says he smuggled a cell phone into the jail during a previous arrest for contempt of court.
Later, a law enforcement source confirmed the FBI's interest in Bledsoe stemmed from his role in the so-called sovereign citizen movement. Sovereigns typically don't follow government law, and the Southern Poverty Law Center agrees, calling sovereigns domestic terrorists. Even so, lawmen tend to give sovereigns a wide berth because some have a history of killing cops.
And that was Dennis Turner reporting. In surveys conducted in 2014 and 2015, law officers from around the country ranked the risk of terrorism from sovereign citizens higher than that of any other group, including Islamic extremists, militias, and neo-Nazis.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Ray Bledsoe, and I'm back at you again with another banger. Today is May the 1st, 2021, which marks the 2-year anniversary of the 38.02 viral video that I posted back in 2018. That viral video got somebody mad at me.
Hey, real quick, Miss Jody, and I know you're gone.
But who? I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. Oh, wait a minute. I do remember I got stopped in the city of Lott, Texas. For what?
Okay. The reason for the stop was a 63 and a 55, and they don't have a rear license plate.
Transportation code 201.904 pertaining to the speed signs is for commercial vehicles only.
Okay, before we go any further, I'd like to state for the record, on the record, and may the record reflect, I am not a lawyer. I am not giving legal advice. I study law. I don't practice law. So if you're looking for legal counsel, I suggest you hire yourself a lawyer. Hold up. I also like to state for the record that I am not bashing, I am not talking down, I'm not degrading, nor am I belittling our law enforcement agencies. Truth be told, our police departments are very much needed. We just want it done right. Here, I have a copy of my high school official transcript. On the back, it said, "This is official if unopened." And the reason I got it unopened is because I want to open it with you guys. I want you to see how out of the 130, can't remember, how out of the 130 some high school graduates, how I was at the back of the line. Yes, the reason I'm going to share that with you all is because if me, at the back of the line, the slow guy, can catch on, I know y'all who made AB honor roll straight A's. I was on the dean's list. Yeah, it shouldn't be nothing for y'all to catch on. You hear me? So any penal code that you see me quote or post, none of it is rallying against the police. None of it is giving legal advice. All I am doing is sharing my experiences with you all. That's why you see me doing it in front of an officer instead of me having a page trying to teach and share. No, that's not what this is about. I'm sharing my experiences, things that I've went through with you all. So do not try any of this and end up in the situation that I'm in. Let's jump into the video.
Transportation code 38.904 pertaining to the speed signs is for commercial vehicles only.
Remember when I quoted the 38.02 penal code? The officers didn't quite grasp it right away. I had to give them an example, remember?
Why was I able to even recite 38.02 failed to identify if I hadn't done my homework on it? Let me explain to you. This lady go to HEB and she steals something. She get caught stealing. And then they call you guys there. And then you come to the scene. You hear me?
Okay, the reason I like to give examples, by giving a real life event compared to straight up text that you read out of a book, give people a better understanding, because everybody didn't make straight A's. Everybody just don't grasp it from the book. So I give you an example to bring a level of familiarity to you.
Transportation code 201.904 pertaining to the speed signs is for commercial vehicles only.
My years of living, what have been the top 10 reasons police officers bother me? What are the top 10 reasons? And I wrote these 10 things up on paper. And of course, number one was, hey, you got some ID? That's why when the police officer asked me for my identification, that's why I was able to quote 38.02 the way that I did. Well, just like this video that you just seen, it is almost a mirror reenactment from my initial encounter that sent me to the penitentiary. Now, the reason I went to the penitentiary, number one, was because I didn't have knowledge of the law. Number two, I didn't have any finances, no funds, no money to get legal representation. Therefore, I was stuck with a public defender. And the case is so fraudulent, you can actually go to Google and type in Ray Bledsoe appeal and read for yourself. No lawyers, no judges want to touch it because they don't want their name attached to it. I was pulled over in Waco. The officer said he pulled me over for speeding. But lo and behold, the passenger in the car with me was an informant. Someone placed drugs in the car that I was driving. The officer came to the car and already knew my name. That was the first red flag, letting me know something wasn't right. He told me I had warrant for my arrest, and he immediately handcuffed me. The other passenger officer, I heard him yell, "Spit that out," which was the passenger. So when the police officer then flashed his lights, he said, "Spit it out," before the lights. Then came with his lights. That's what made me because I had my chest on the steering wheel, handcuffs on. The driver's side officer putting handcuffs on me in the car. Now I was pulled over for speeding. Now I kind of was thinking to myself, this is extra aggressive for a regular, normal traffic stop. Now, you already knew my name and you're extra aggressive with the traffic stop. Now this police officer over here on the passenger side didn't holler, "Spit it out." It's 9 o'clock at night, it's dark, and you're standing at the rear passenger bumper and you holler, "Spit it out." So he swing around with the light while my chest on the steering wheel. I look over, my passenger have marijuana laid all in his lap. I'm thinking to myself, where did that come from? Why do you got that on public display? But see, it's a system that's in place. Yes, it must be in plain sight, plain view. That's all reasonable suspicious to further investigate. See, the police officers, they separated us. I got handcuffs on me. They immediately took me to the back of the police car. I'm in the back of Waco PD car, and I'm looking through the front windshield at that officer searching my mother's vehicle. He's searching my mother's vehicle. But the passenger, who was a childhood friend of mine, because like I say, I kind of like new people be scaring me a little bit. So it had to be a childhood friend of mine, somebody who I knew. You know what I'm saying? But the other police officer had him over there. I couldn't see him. I'm in the back seat, handcuffed. So the police officer who searching real good, he come back to the car. He told me, do you have somebody who can come and pick up the car? I said, yes, sir. He said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go and look one more time. If I don't see nothing else, I'm going to let you make the phone call and you call somebody to come get the car. I said, yes, sir. So the officer went back up there to my car, to my mother's car, and he searched the car again real good. Well, he didn't see anything. So he came back to the car, to his cruiser, and he came to the back seat and he asked me for the number. I gave him the digits to the phone number. He called this individual who lived up here in Waco, who could come real quick to get my mother's vehicle. Well, that officer called. He let me talk on the phone. I told him where I was at. You know what I'm saying? And we hung up the phone. Click up. So we hung up the phone. Well, by this time, the other officer just got through talking to my passenger. And he came and brought my passenger and put him in the back seat handcuffed with me. So both of us in the back seat handcuffed. He immediately came in and say, hey, where you hide the stuff at? And I'm thinking to myself, what is he talking about? Where did I hide the stuff at? But I'm so upset. I said, man, don't talk to me, man. Well, the passenger officer who had my childhood friend around the bushes, and I couldn't see them talking. Well, he came and put my childhood friend in a car and immediately walked to the driver's side of the car, leaned down and said, whoa, look what we got here. He backed up and he signaled the other police officer. He fanned him, telling him to come here. So the other police officer was walking to go and look. Soon as the other police officer looked and knelt down and looked to see, that's when my ride was coming to pick up the vehicle. They made it. So they came to and pulled and were ready to get the vehicle and take my mother's vehicle to a safe place to my mama or a relative could come and get the vehicle. That police officer waved them off. He said, no, y'all can go and go. Y'all can go and go. Well, because I knew nothing about law then. I knew nothing about law then. I got a chance to go on a journey that led me to be the penal code quota that you all is witnessing today. Because me, 100% innocent, went to the penitentiary for something that I didn't do. You hear me? That's why when they say I'm a sovereign citizen is someone who don't want to follow the government codes and who want to rebel against the law. If you look at the penal codes that I've quote, that's me making them stick to what's written. That's not me rebelling. I'm holding them up to it. But it's a group of people who don't read, who don't simply do their research.
You hear me? Black folks couldn't be able to read and write. They say we couldn't read and write. Now they can read and write. Now we educating them. He talking about keep reading. Now you need to go open up a book and read something, Shoemaker.
We got these smartphones, and they call them smartphones because they knew the people that's holding them not gonna be so smart. But it's something called Google, and you can look up anything that you want And then you can read and research and look at and get closer to the truth for yourself. Now, let's jump on into this video.
You think I'm another plain, normal, regular black guy? No, player, wrong one. But let me educate you guys today. Transportation code 201.904 pertaining to the speed signs is for commercial vehicles only.
I explained to him how the department shall erect and maintain on the highways and roads of this state appropriate signs that show the maximum lawful speed for commercial motor vehicles. And they knew it when they wrote it, that we wouldn't understand what commercial motor vehicles is. So they took the time to even put it in there. Truck tractors, truck semi-trailers, truck tractor trailers, and motor vehicles engaged in the business of transporting its passengers for compensation or hire, such as the city bus, you pay money to get on, such as taxi cabs, you pay money, limousines, you pay money, or even your own personal Uber, you hear me? They paying money. If you go to the state capital of Austin, Texas, they have them horses and carriages. That man, and ride you up the block. Yeah, you got to pay money. You hear me? Up in California, Venice Beach, they got the bicycle. You get to sit at the back there, in the little back there. They give you a little pat around. You hear me? Yeah, you got to pay money. So whether it's the bicycle, whether it's the horse and carriage, whether it's the city bus, if money is involved, that's commercial. But if you in your private owned automobile and you're not doing business for compensation, then those signs don't apply to you. Those signs are showing the maximum lawful speed for commercial motor vehicles. That's right. You better know the law, or you better have some big lawyer money put up. If not, you finna have to stand in that line over there. That line over there means that you don't know. And it also means you don't got no money. That's right. My first public defender, he came in and immediately started talking plea deal. So I asked him, sir, what's my name? He had to go back into his folder to look and see what my name was. I immediately knew he wasn't for my best interest. It took me 6 months to fire him. Here's a letter that I wrote to the State Bar of Texas back in October 18, 2011. That letter right there was me asking for a grievance form so I can file a complaint about my lawyer's conduct. Well, as you can see, November the 7th, 2011, I received a letter from the State Bar of Texas. That date, I realized I was by myself. I realized I had no help, but God spoke to me. And when I say God, I'm talking about the Most High, the loving one, the caring, the kind, the giving, the understanding one spoke to me while I was reading Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. I heard the voice say, son, it is not over. Now, the God that I serve is an understanding God. I'm just letting y'all know that I didn't understand at the time. But I never questioned God. I remained obedient to his words. I knew his words was the light. What type of person just hold on to their prison ID years and years after their release date? What type of person hold on to papers, letters dated from 2011? I tell you what type of person, an obedient person. See, I was locked up in McLennan County Jail. McLennan County doesn't have a law library, but you can fill out an I-60 and request a paralegal form. On a paralegal form, you write down whatever your case is pertaining to, and they will send you case law pertaining to your case. Since the police already knew my name when they came up to the vehicle, the first thing I sent for was IDing. That's how I discovered the 38.02, which I put on the list. Now, Waco PD said the initial stop was for speeding, so I sent in another paralegal form. That's how I came up with the Texas Transportation Code 201.904 pertaining to the speed signs. Now, when you send your paralegal form in, it takes up to 3 weeks to receive your package back. Within the 3-week waiting period, I caught on to the behavior of the inmates. I caught on to all of the distractions, such as dominoes, spades, it's a game called knock, telephones, watching television. I even see them over there in the prayer circles, all which is inside distractions. You have outside distractions, such as going to the club, you know what I'm saying, sex, smoking, drinking, just to name a few. All which is distractions, but those are free world distractions. But whether it's inside distractions or free world distractions, none of those distractions is going to help that number right there go down. That number is big because the people don't know and the people don't have bail money. If you ain't got bail money, you ain't got no lawyer money. I know, because I ran through 2 public pretenders and still earned me a journey to TDC. But the good thing about it was I had full access to the law library. And there I completed the Bledsoe 10 Commandments. And the third one that I quickly added to the list was Fruit of the Poisonous Tree Act. Read that one on your smartphone, because I know some people just feel some type of way hearing it coming from me, the slow guy who graduated at the back of the line. That's why I challenge you all to look it up for yourself. Let's jump into this video. Why did it take me so long to do an update on the 38.02 video? I tell you why. Number one, my ex-lawyer who quit on me told me to be quiet.
All right, remember, keep to what I said. Don't be talking to anyone about this, okay?
Yes, sir. Just us. All right.
Just us.
All right, brother.
Thank you, Ray.
They don't want me to tell nobody.
And you know the way my mind be thinking. I'm thinking they all in cahoots with each other. So for me to be quiet would allow the following to die down. And as soon as the following died down, my lawyer then quit on me.
I just can't continue to go down this road. It's that and then some personal stuff.
Personal stuff. All right. Once you all peep the patterns, you will then see it's not designed for us to win. This Lot Texas stop showed me a lot of similar patterns from that Waco, Texas stop. The only difference is this time I had a little something called Bledsoe 10 Commandments that I came up with. Yeah, I knew a little something this time.
If I can get you standing right here and watch these guys, this guy's refusing to get out of the vehicle, which is fine. Let me go back and get my pen and paper so I can make sure I get his right name and date of birth. Okay. But I need you to watch them, and then we're going to go from there and see how things roll. Okay. The reason for the stop was a 63 and a 55, and they don't have a rear license plate. He's refusing to step out, which is fine. Once I run him and check him and everything pans out, then we can move on to the next section. But if everything don't pan out, then we got another issue. Okay. So if you can watch them while I go get my stuff, that's great.
Okay, he's going to go and get his paper and pen so he can come and take down my name.
What's your first name, sir?
Ray,
Ray? Is it R-A-Y? Ray.
you got it on the paper.
Okay, what is your...
My middle name is Clarence.
Okay, spell it. Advising his first name is Ray, middle name is Clarence, or it may be Clarence Ray Bledsoe. I'm not for sure. Just run him both ways.
July 4th of 1976.
That's what he advised.
10-4, I do have a Ray Clarence Bledsoe.
10-4, does he show a current DL or anything about this subject, please?
Stand by, sir. As for the A1, I do show a current DL and ID expiration both July 4th, 2019. Is eligible on both. Stand by for your 43, sir.
10-4, I'm gonna see if I can get a VIN number from off of this vehicle he's driving because there's no license plate.
As for the A1, I have your 43 one ready.
Good.
43 comes back to total arrest is going to be 5. Total convictions is going to be 1. 1 criminal mischief, less than 1,500. 1 possession of a controlled substance, less than 200 grams. 1 interfering with the duties of a public servant. 1 fail to ID giving false fictitious information. 1 bail jumping and 1 fail to appear felony.
10-4, advise me his DL number once again, please.
That DL number is going to be 1509. 14, I'm out with 81. Receipt, ma'am, 557.
You know this guy?
Yeah, Sheriff said he was,
Rex, quiet.
Sheriff said he was good for, dope. Sheriff said he was good for, dope.
Falls County female deputy just stated the sheriff said he's good for dope, so they immediately turned this traffic stop into a full-fledged drug stop without any reasonable suspicions. Thanks, Sheriff Ricky Skaman.
But what I need you to do is just remain right here. You guys don't have to exit. Fine. I know these guys are not going to get out, and we're probably going to have to, which I don't want to, but we're probably going to have to yank him out. He's very adamant about not getting out of the car.
Now, what you just witnessed was Chief Hamilton of the city of Lott, Texas, just tell us numerous of times that it's okay for us to stay in the vehicle. But he go inside of the car, get on the phone with Jody Gillum, and tell her we're not wanting to get out the car. See, we wouldn't have knew these things if we didn't get the body cam footage. Continue to follow along.
I just want to let you know because I know it's going to go south.
I know a lot of y'all don't want to believe it coming from my mouth, so I came up with the Rodney King effect. Yeah, allow you to see it with your own eyes. So now you have to make a decision.
Correct.
You have to for what?
Come on.
You got a case?
Yeah.
Where you at?
82 SO, 2 detained.
Now you tell me what you think detained mean. By the way, I went to jail that night.
I told him that he was crazy for doing this, and since he caused all this ruckus, he was exercising his rights. I was going to exercise mine.
It is a specific group of people who don't even know what their rights are. And those of us who do know what our rights are, you see how we get treated when we exercise them? Now, what he said was, since I wanted to exercise my rights, he gonna exercise his rights. And what he meant by that was locking me up in a padded cell for nothing. And sneaking, fouling, interfering with public duties without me even knowing about it. Continue to peep the video for yourself.
Your mind's on. What were you saying about a padded room now?
He can go in the padded cell until he decides he wants to talk.
So,
He can just go to jail.
okay.
It's interfering when he doesn't interfering with the duties, I think, when you don't open the car.
You stand right here and watch these guys. This guy's refusing to get out of the vehicle, which is fine. But what I need you to do is just remain right here. You guys don't have to exit. Fine.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Touche, better known as James Jones. Yeah, 365. Peep this, say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 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 Sunday, Monday, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, January, February, March, April, May, June, and July. The feds raided my home. I'm talking about the FBI. They did me like they done Omar, that Hellcat guy.